Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your Rune Elemental reading for the week of February 1st through the 7th. Can you believe it's February already? These are general readings, so take what works, leave the rest for someone else. And if you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description. It's a natal interpretation chart from Llewellyn. It's not sponsored or anything, but it gives you the base 12 houses with all the little signs and symbols, and then there's 10 to 20 pages of what all that means. So it is a pretty interesting tool to add to your collection if you've never had one read. And again, they're pretty basic, but there's a lot of in-depth with them as well. So before I get into the reading, though, I would like to make one little announcement. Starting today, February 1st, I will be doing what I like to call full February, so there'll be a new video or possibly live stream, depending on how things work for me, throughout the month of February, all 28 days. So there'll be the usual readings, but I'll be tossing in a few extras along the way. So if you are interested, feel free to comment and let me know some ideas or suggestions if you're looking at specific things. Otherwise, we'll just run on through. With that, we will get started with our fire family, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And fire, you're starting off with... Sorry, my book wasn't even open. I'm being slow today. Where did this one run off to? I love it when that happens. I'm looking... There it is. It's the Kano rune. Let's make sure it's the right side up. And this is torch or fire, so this is associated with your energy fire. Color is light red, tarot association is the chariot, astrology is Venus, so you're getting a little water in here, but it's coming in more of a love and relationship aspect. Creative fire, awakening artistic passions and impulses, and sexual desire. So this is really saying, fire, this is going to be your week. Leading into Valentine's Day, that makes sense. But this is going to be a lot of success. Things are going to be moving very quickly with chariot. And Venus also helps speed processes along, so if there's something in your relationship that you've been wanting to take to the next level, this is the time for it. If you've been wanting to head into that we would like a baby, pardon me, time of life, then this is definitely that energy that's coming in here. So you definitely have, and I keep saying definitely, sorry, you have this energy that is moving into very strong passions and love and relationships going forward, so you're in a good spot. Your second rune, and this ties into that perfectly, is the Wunjo rune, which is the rune of joy. Color is yellow, tarot association is strength, also fire, and astrology is Leo, also fire. A sign of happiness and harmony between people, a situation changing for the better, fire. This week is looking fire for you. You definitely have this new creation aspect with Kano, but with Wunjo, it's saying you're going to enjoy this week. This is going to be a fun week for you, whether it is with your partner, whether it's by yourself. This is a week where you're going to have a lot of fun. There's a lot of positive energies coming in here. There's a lot of positive joy coming in here. This is that you're completing a project. I'm hearing that for some of you, but I'm also hearing that because that project is done, you're so excited about getting this project wrapped up so you can start the next one that you can't even stand yourself. And if you don't really have anything going right now, this upcoming week could definitely trigger off something new happening for you where you're going to get to have the joy of starting something new. So with that, we'll hop over to our Earth family, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. If you are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have Earth high up in your charts, this one is for you. And you get to start off with Sowilo, which is the sun. Colors white, silver, you can also say gold in there. Tarot association and astrology are both the sun. Good health and happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment, and success. Earth, you're basically following off of fire. You've got a really good vibe going this week. There's this energy of completion, of grounded, and I'm also feeling a little bit more of that bonding between partnerships. So if you're in a relationship, especially if your partner is fire and you're earth, this is really looking good for you this week because you've got the celebratory energy of the sun, the success of the sun. And again, success is what you make it. It's not just about money. It can be, but it's how you see your life. How well are you doing right now? And that's where this is coming in. So you have, again, that following on Fire's foot or coattails there, you've got strong energy coming in. Very good energy. Your second rune is the Eowaz, which is the rune of the horse. Color is white. Terror association is the lovers, again with that romantic side. And astrology is Gemini, which we're looking at some air and water coming in here. Travel and change, new jobs, new homes, spiritual journeys, or movements. I'm also feeling this could be a change or a travel of some form within the relationship you're in, because something is speeding up, something is coming together. With that coming together energy is this a bonding that is I'm feeling. Whether that's starting a business, because that can be a significant bond, or if it's a relationship, this is a week where you're really going to come together with them. I know the week after is Valentine's Day, but I'm feeling this week is really for fire and earth. There is a pre-celebratory energy that's coming in here. So enjoy this while you have it, because you have this. There's a light shining on you, Earth, that you've been feeling off and on for a while. This week it's really going to be intense, which is great. You're going to be the center of your own world, but also the center of others' worlds, or people are going to see you differently. And that's where that coming together energy is coming in. And that's where you're going to be able to understand both sides of situations, but it's going to allow you to walk forward in a really positive way, fixing and finding the balance between the two. So you've got a lot going on this week, but it's very positive for Earth. Now let's hop over to our air family. Air is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we'll get you started off here with. It's only a 4-page book. It's a nightmare to turn. We have Eowaz, which is Tyr, the god of war. Color is bright red. Terror association is justice or discernment. And astrology is Libra. So you're stepping into your own air energy here. Courage and energy, the power to weave the pattern of your own life. Air, you get to steer the ship this week, and I'm feeling this energy for you that you haven't felt in control in the last little bit. I mean, different readings are different things, obviously, but there's some people out there that have not felt that they were in control of their destiny or in control of their life. You're going to feel this week that you get to make those decisions. That's where that judgment, discernment energy comes in, because it's not about, oh, well, I have to do this because, no, you get to decide. When I say discernment, this is working with intuition. This is working with, you see a pattern playing out, you get to decide the next steps. God's source is working with you, so you've been given the reins, and they're saying, where do you want to go? What direction are you wanting to head? It's not about just one thing at this point. And that's this Tyr, god of war energy, is it might be a little bit of a battle, but it's when you already know how to defeat you're defeating the enemy. You already know how. You have the skills because you've already fought this battle. Now it's just like, I'm doing this again. Are you serious? That's the kind of energy I'm getting off of that. So it's not going to be anything you haven't dealt with before, and it's going to be easier to overcome because you've already done this. But it's also, for some of you out there, Air, I feel like you don't learn unless you do. And so this is one of those things where you have to repeat the lesson this one last time to make sure it settles into your subconscious, and then you'll be like, okay, that lesson's over. I don't have to do that again, which is good for you. Oh, you've got a lot of deities coming in this week. Your second rune is Thurizaz, which is the god of strength. Color is bright red. Terror association is the Emperor, working with some fire energy here. And astrology is Mars, definitely fire. Protection, someone coming to provide help. Good news coming in. Whatever you put your mind to this week, Air, you're going to achieve. It does not matter what direction you're headed. It does not matter what anyone else thinks. If you say, I'm going to do this, put it in the terms of, I am going to do this, it's going to happen. It might not be this week, but you're going to get the ball rolling fast enough and hard enough that nothing's going to stand in your way. You might have a couple of bumps or hiccups along the way, but that's life. We always have those. But you're heading in the right direction, and you have the god of war and the god of strength coming in saying, you've got the strength to do this. You have the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience, because you've already done this to a certain extent. And now it's time to really break this karmic cycle and free yourself to the future. Because with Eowaz and that god of strength energy, or god of war energy, you're the one who gets to direct your traffic. You get to decide what direction you're headed. Now, the challenge might be overcoming some subconscious things, or it might be having to deal with, oh, I have to fight with the government for a tax paperwork, or I have to figure out how to make rent, or whatever it is. That's fine, because you've already done this stuff before. This isn't new to you. So go forward with strength and beauty, because air, you've got this. Let's see what our water energy is, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our fishies out there. You're starting off with, well, everyone else is passionate and aggressive. Water's starting off, no you're not. We're starting with Isa and the Ice Rune. Color is black, tarot association is the Hermit, and astrology is the Moon. Some kind of an obstacle or coldness between people, a time to observe, keep silent, refrain from comment. Water, I'm feeling very strongly, this is a time for you to look inside. This is not about socializing this week. This is not about going out and being the life of any party. If you have things that you've already scheduled, that's fine. No spontaneity this week. But it's not negative. The Hermit is saying it's time to shine the light inside. You've been doing a lot. You've been kind of building on some momentum here. But this week, it's like you've done all the work. Take a rest. The Moon is saying follow your inner guidance. Hermit is saying pull away from all the chaos, because that is not going to help you this week. The chaos is actually going to frustrate you or annoy you to a certain extent, and that's the word they keep showing me is annoy, that you're not going to want to be around it. So just step back and let the world around you, your inner circle, whatever it is, let them do their chaos. It's not really your interest this week. So your second rune, this is interesting, you might be having some intense dreams now, is Othela, the ancestral property rune. Color is deep yellow. Tarot association is the Moon, and astrology is the full moon. Possessions, inheritances, real property, inherited traits or abilities. When you have these two runes coming together, I'm feeling that you're going to have some kind of a revelation or an awakening this week, whether it's a conscious one or a subconscious one. You're going to notice an internal shift. Things are not going to show up the way they did before. You might wake up and feel the world's way brighter than it was, or you might notice there's just something's off or different, but you can't quite put your finger on what that is. And that's not a bad thing, air or water. It's really saying you are ready to step into whatever your ancestors have granted you. Whether that is a spiritual gift, whether that is an inherited home or something along those lines, you're ready for it, but you're going to need this quiet period, the Isa energy. You're going to need to pull away for a little bit so that you can get clear and centered on what it is you're looking for and what it is you're focusing towards. You don't want to just rush into things this week. This is where you get to follow your intuition, follow that moon energy. It's the leading factor of water, so go with that. And when the tide is right, everything's going to fall into place. But it's recommending take the time to chill out this week and just relax. So, this week leading up into the Valentine's Day coming next week is about understanding yourself better. Some of you guys, Fire and Earth, are really going to get into the spirit early with all your passionate energy. Air, you and Water have got some things going on this week. Air is saying, I've got to go out there and I've got to, conquer demons and deal with it. Water's more about, I need to figure out I need to calm inside so that I can let this next energy come in. But you both have some challenges this week, but the overall energy that's coming in is, this is what you've been working towards, all four elements. These are things that you have been hunting for, you've been searching, you've been laying the foundations for. This week is, for some of you, you're going to start to see the results of that pretty quickly. The others, there's a little bit more that needs to be done to finalize this energy is what I'm feeling. But overall, this is what you've been working towards. This is where you've been headed. So this is a week of realizations and awakenings to a certain extent, but also a week of connections and understanding the self a little bit deeper. So with that, I will let you guys and gals go. Remember, this month of February, there's going to be video or a stream every single day, so around 7:30-ish. So if you're curious about anything, check in at the channel. With that, I'll let you go. Have a great rest of your month. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.